Hey, what's up everyone? And yes, today we're checking out a unique VR experience that lets you explore one of the world's most famous and photographed monuments. I'm of course talking about the Temple of Dendur, which is located inside the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Home to over 5,000 years of art from around the world, the Met is already an incredible place to visit. But thanks to VR, you can now explore the temple in a whole new way. Not only can you step inside areas visitors normally can't access in person, but you can also travel back in time to discover the temple's history and learn how it eventually made its way to the United States. Plus, my favorite bit, helping to piece the temple together brick by brick. Stay tuned, it's gonna be so much fun. Now, the Met actually reached out asking me if I wanted to showcase this on the channel. So I want to thank them so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate it, and it's definitely a fantastic opportunity. So if you want to try this VR experience yourself, you can find a link in the description below. Atopia, as this app is called, is completely free to download and available on Quest 2, 3 and 3S. So with that being said, let's strap on the Meta Quest, see what I did there, and give it a try. Let's do this. Now, this is what I call an entrance. I can't wait to explore this place together with you and learn more about the Temple of Dendur, which you can already see in the distance. Its past, its present, and its future is fascinating, so stay tuned. Before I forget, I do want to say that being able to put on a quest and experience it in the most immersive way possible is so magical, because you can get up close and personal with this structure without any lines, without any people, or having to spend money on a hotel or plane ticket. You can just take everything in at your own pace and enjoy the history of the Temple of Dendur. So these right here are points of interest that you can interact with. So let's give it a try.
We call the platform in front of the temple a cult terrace. This is a place where people might have gathered to participate in festivals. The platform was left behind when the temple was moved, so a modern reconstruction, which you're standing on right now, was built in its place.
Aha, I see. It's quite elevated. Or was back in the days. You can zoom in on these photos and you can also read along. So there are many of these points that you can find, and they will show up on the walls, on the ceiling. Just keep your eyes peeled, and then in this little menu you can see how many you still have left. I think that if you have enough room, you could technically make your way through this gate by physically moving in your space, but then you do need a large living room. The amount of detail is just impressive. Most impressive. You do see a little bit of water damage, which will explain itself soon. That's a little spoiler for you. So why don't we hit another point of interest?
Ancient Egyptian artists designed this temple to represent the physical world of Egypt and evoke mythologies about the creation of the world. Many of the decorative details emulated natural elements that Egyptians saw in the ancient landscape. Along the lowest part of the outer temple walls, there are carvings of papyrus plants and lilies, often called lotuses, which were native to the region. The columns of the temple were inspired by plants as well.
That's well done. Oh, so, little fact, this is what they call ancient graffiti. So there were people who came to this place and wanted to leave a marking, such as their name or a date, to let people know, we were here. You're gonna see a lot of these spread across not only the gate, but also the temple itself. It's everywhere. Yeah, so I have to disappoint you, we were not the first to visit the Temple of Dendur, but we are one of the first to do it in VR, so that's a win in my books, and I don't even have to inscribe my name into the structure to show you, because I can just upload a video. Ha!
One of the temple's mysteries is actually a secret room.
I told you!
Look at the rear south corner of the exterior of the temple. The wall here at the back of the temple is quite thick. This extra space holds a small room that is about 2.5 by 8.5 feet and about 5 feet high.
Whoa, that's wild, that's wild. So they covered it up. Huh? I don't know why, but I'm kind of nervous going in now.
Now, you'll have the chance to experience a temple as only the king, his family members, and priests in the ancient past did.
Thanks.
You can go inside the inner chamber. This is something even people who visit the museum in person today can't do, because it's closed to protect it.
Oh, this is like an exclusive. This is another reason to put on your meta quest. We're inside. Can you believe it? You can even interact with the ceiling.
On the ceiling here, they saw a dark blue surface dotted with yellow stars representing the night sky on either side of the row of vultures.
I wish they had a mode that allowed you to switch to what it looked like in its prime. That said, here it is, the room of all rooms, the sanctuary.
The space that you're standing in now is the sanctuary of the temple. The back wall includes two scenes that are quite different from those on the rest of the temple. They are framed by the depiction of a shrine. Here, instead of the pharaoh making offerings, two men, Pihor and Padesi, are shown worshipping the deities Isis and Osiris. Unfortunately, the bottom scene is damaged.
Oh, it is, yeah.
It seems that both men, Pihor and Padesi, were venerated at Dendur.
Well, my guide is telling me the most magnificent things. I'm starting to feel like a true explorer. With this light, just walking around, looking at things, being amazed by what we as humans can build, and also low-key being scared of getting jumped at by a bat, because I'm sure there would have been a lot of bats inside this temple. Jokes aside though, things that I, for example, started to notice is how the light plays with the sandstones, because depending on where it hits, it changes in color, and I think that's just fascinating. Anyways, as you can see, the gate just turned into a portal, allowing us to travel back in time and learn more about the history of Dendur, so I hope you're ready.
You are seeing a virtual version of what the temple might have looked like against the rocky cliff on the west bank of the Nile in the early 1900s. But the temple here looks different than when it was built 2,000 years ago. For example, the walls were originally painted with bright colors, and there was probably an enclosure wall around the temple. In the centuries after it was built, the temple lived many lives, including being used as a church. But we don't know how long it was used that way. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, a dam was planned to better control the Nile. This first dam was finished in 1902. It helped control the water and reduce the amount of flooding in some parts of the Nile Valley. It also caused the water level in other areas to rise. Dendur was in one of those areas. By 1933, the temple was flooded almost completely for 9 months each year. The remnants of its original paint were washed away with every rise and fall of the river until no traces remained. The Nile had been a connective force for the temple and the people that lived in the region.
That's insane.
But now the river was damaging it. UNESCO launched the international campaign to save the monuments of Nubia. Nations around the world came together and sent expertise, equipment, and funds, both governmental and private, to excavate and document ancient sites as well as to move many ancient monuments. In total, 22 temples, including Dendur, were prevented from being submerged forever. Dendur was then disassembled, piece by piece, by the Egyptian Antiquities Department. The blocks were transported about 50 miles, or about 80 kilometers, north to Elephantine Island, located in Aswan. The disassembled temple, packed in 660 crates, was then loaded onto the cargo ship SS Concordia Star in August 1968 in order to travel to the United States. And it traveled through the Mediterranean Sea and then across the Atlantic Ocean to reach Brooklyn, New York. It's late 1974. A team of experts at the Met are working to reassemble and carry out conservation work, including cleaning and stabilizing the temple.
Okay.
Can you help our team organize blocks and reconstruct the building?
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
Grab the blocks with your cursor and move them to the correct spot on the wall. After you finish the first row, more blocks will appear.
So where should this go? Over here?
You got it. Each row of sandstone blocks is called a course, and most of the temple's walls are 2 courses deep. Ancient Egyptian builders placed blocks one after the other in one course.
Let's keep building. Oh, they're becoming bigger. Where does this go? Oh,
That's
there?
correct.
Yes.
Some blocks have deep depressions that originally held wooden pieces, called cramps. These spanned 2 blocks and held them together and kept them from shifting.
I'm learning so many things today.
You got it. When the Met rebuilt the temple, they didn't just pick up blocks like you are doing virtually now. Each block weighed over 750 pounds. The team used lifts, cranes, and other tools to put them into place.
This wasn't on my watch today. Like building an ancient temple in VR.
Nice work.
Thank you.
That's correct.
I don't think it went this quick in real life, but
that's correct. The figures and inscriptions
like
that you see on the temple were carved after the structure was put together.
Oh. It's done, I think. Is it?
The Temple of Dendur has come a long way. It officially reopened at the Met on September 27, 1978. Since then, people from around the world have visited the temple. The museum tries to make it accessible virtually for those who can't come in person.
Hey,
it has been featured in movies. It has served as a stage for artists and a space for reflection for busy New Yorkers.
And that's where the experience ends, I think.
Now you are free to explore the space and use it however you'd like, for close looking, reflection, contemplation. If you can visit the museum in person, please come and spend some time at the Temple of Dendur.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite. And yes, you can leave a voice note as well, sharing your thoughts on the temple. I'll make sure there is a link in the description below to the VR experience. It's totally free. You can download it on the Quest, and hopefully in the future it will come to other platforms too. Time will tell, but this was special. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, and bye-bye for now. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this experience. I would love to hear what you think. Bye-bye. See you.